Okay, now that we have our tapes on our violins where our fingers go, we're going to go back to uh, putting our violin up under our chin. Now we're going to take our hand off of the shoulder and I'm going to make a V. You can see I'm going to make a V with my hand here. And I'm going to run the V back down the neck until I feel just the slightest touch of the wood underneath the back of my hand here. So as I run this down my neck, I'll feel that. I'll drop my hand down here a little bit. So my thumb then is holding, propping this up. But what I wanted to do, what I mentioned before, I want to play with most of the tip of my finger as I can. So keeping this up here. So as I run it back, I'll run that back, drop my hand down so my knuckle is across from the fingerboard. So run it back, drop it so the knuckle is down. Then I can grip that with my thumb. Then I can play with my tips of my fingers as I go along on those tapes. Okay? As we go along. So the first tune we're going to do is we're going to play a tune called See the Little Monkey. Okay? So this is the pattern. The song is going to go like this. See the little monkey climbing up the mountain, climbing way up high to pick the green banana. So the pattern, and I'll get people to clap this out and sing it with me. Just the main pattern, because we're just repeating this pattern. See the little monkey, and I'll get people to sing it. See the little monkey. So that's the pattern we're going to play with our bow. See the little monkey. So it's going to be long, short, 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 long, long on the bow as we play it. So with the open string, so we're going to bring our hand down, slide down to V, drop to the knuckle. But on the open E string, we're going to play that pattern. We're going to make the violin sing what we were just singing. See the little monkey. I was singing in the wrong key, but see the little monkey. Now, I'm going to take my first finger and put it on the first tape with as much of the tip of the finger as I can. And I'm going to sing that same pattern. See the little monkey. See the and now I'm going to do the same thing with my second finger. I'm not singing exactly in pitch, but the violin is singing in pitch. So each time I'm playing, see the little monkey, then the same thing. I'll leave both fingers on, and then I'm going to put my third finger on with as much of the tip as I can on the tape, playing the same pattern. So my goal now is to play that pattern with no fingers, one finger, two fingers, three fingers. And we're going to play that song we sang. See the little monkey climbing up the mountain, climbing way up high to pick the green banana. If the lyrics are confusing you, though, just think, see the little monkey, see the little monkey, see the little monkey, see the little monkey. I would probably, for the first time, I'd probably play it slower than that, okay? So, but you get the idea of what I'm doing there. Now, with three fingers, the monkey's got to go down the mountain. So as he's going up the mountain, the pitch is getting higher on the violin. See the little monkey climbing up the mountain. Pitch is getting higher, right? Pick the green banana. Now I have all three fingers on. Now the monkey's going to come down the mountain, so the pitch is going to get lower. See the little monkey climbing down the mountain, climbing way down low to eat the green banana. Okay, so as I come down, so now I'm going to start, same pattern. The pattern is always see the little monkey. So Now I'm going to take my third finger off. Now I'm going to take my second finger off. So I'll play that whole tune. Forward, monkey's going up. And when I get to the top, I'm going to play that third finger twice, right? So he's going to get up the mountain and then he's going to go down from there. So I'll play it. Maybe I'll sing this song as I'm playing it too. See the little monkey climbing up the mountain, climbing way up high to pick the green banana. See the little monkey climbing down the mountain, climbing way down low to eat the green banana. Now, we've done that on the E string. Now, to get practice on the other strings, we're going to do the same thing on the A, the D, and the G string. Now, just to switch it up, I might say on the A string, I might say, see the little muskrat, okay? So I just keep adding a finger. Now I'm going to keep taking a finger off. So what this really establishes is it establishes half a scale, right? So as I'm playing up and back on the E string, that's half of an E scale. On the A string, that's half of an A scale. Now it's going to be the same thing on the D string. That's half of a D scale. So that also gets us practicing with our fingers in a very easy pattern that's easy to accomplish as we go along. So on the D string, I might say, see the little donkey climbing up the mountain. On the G string, see the big gorilla. So again, I still have my good bow grip. I'm still using the mountain and the valley, and my elbow is still pointing down. We can make the pattern very deliberate if we want. So you can see as we go along. And so that's good to practice. Forward and back, see on each string. And that gives it a little bit more musicality too by doing the pattern. See the little monkey. Okay, so as I mentioned before, each one of those, as we go up and back, is a half scale. So now I want to play a complete scale. So we're going to play an A scale. There's so many tunes, so many violin tunes, because of the way the violin is tuned, are in the key of in the key of A, D, and G. So the first scale we're going to learn is the A scale. So we've already done half of the A scale, and we're lucky because just by finishing on those strings that we played on the E string, we'll finish that scale. So to play that scale, so when I play a scale, this is what I think of. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay? So that's something that we can think of. So the do, when we look at that scale, the do and the do are the exact same notes. So when I start on an A, the name of the last note I finish on is going to be an A as well, okay? Which would be my third finger on the E string. So we won't think too much about that right now. We'll get into that later because we want to get playing, right? So as I play an A scale, I'm only going to play each note once now. So I'm going to play an open A, then I'm going to drop my first finger on the tape, And then just keep dropping a finger on the tape. So we're going to call this a forward scale. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the E string. So that's called a forward scale. So now I'm going to do the same thing going back as well. We can do a backward scale by just taking a finger off, much like the monkey going down the mountain. So we can practice that going forward and back by playing, and we'll play the top note, that top A note, twice. And back. Okay, I'm going to do that again, but now I'm going to play each of those notes twice. And I'm going to go back. So particularly, going backwards can be a little bit tricky because you're taking all your fingers off and then you're adding all the fingers on the next string going back. Especially when you're coming off of that E, that open E string, you're putting all three fingers and going back down. But that pattern, I want to focus in on that. We played that A scale forward with 2 strokes on each. So now we're going to go into a tune here called Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, okay? Which everybody knows. And it's very much scale based. So I'm going to go from an A that we played twice. I'm going to jump right to an E. So we're doing a lot of this double pattern that we did on that backward scale. So I'm going, and then I'm going to add my first finger and play that twice. And then go back to that open E. So let's just do that together. So I'm going to play A twice, E twice, first finger twice. So that's simple enough. Now I'm going to go backwards on the A string with what we just did when we did the scale backwards, playing each note twice, except I'm going to play a long A on the bottom. So I'm going to play. And here's the long A. So if we put those together, it'll sound like this. Open A, open E twice, first finger, the F sharp, twice, open E, 3 on A, now I'm going to go backwards. And so this what we just played here is the beginning and the end of the tune. We're going to tuck that away because we're going to play that whole thing again at the end of the tune. So now we just have the middle. And we're going to start on the E now, the open E string, and go backwards. Remember how I was talking about going, we got to put our 3 fingers on, so we're going to play the E twice. And we're going to keep going backwards with 3 fingers on the A. And then keep going backwards, each one twice. When I get to my first finger this time, I'm going to play that long. So that B note, the first finger is going to be the long note. So let's just practice that. E twice, going backwards. 3 fingers, twice. And a long first finger. Now I'm going to repeat that. Same thing. Now I'm going to go back to what we did at the beginning. Remember where we played the double A to the double E, open A, open E. First finger, open E. Now backward scale on A, twice on each note, and then along A. The nice thing about this tune is everybody recognizes this tune and everybody knows it, so you can hear when you're doing something wrong, right? So I'm going to play it one time completely through without talking. I'll do the whole Twinkle Twinkle. So you may have noticed I'm doing one thing before I leave Twinkle Twinkle. I'm every time I'm finishing a phrase. So a phrase to me is twinkle twinkle little star. I'm calling that a phrase as if you're singing it. And it's like a little conversation. At the beginning of each phrase, I'm reclaiming my bow and I'm starting on a down bow each time. So I'm playing. To me, the natural phrase would be going down here. I'm starting each phrase on a down bow. So I finished down, which feels right. It feels like I'm resolving something. So, but I want to start the next phrase on a down bow as well. So I'm reclaiming my bow. By reclaiming, I'm just picking it up. I'm over exaggerating how much I'm picking it up there, but I would just pick it up ever so slightly and start on the down bow. Reclaim. By practicing that reclaiming on a simple tune like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, it's going to set you up nicely for the feel that you want in your bowing, like the resolving on the downbeats and emphasizing those downbeats. So that's an important thing to do. So as I was playing it there, you can play it along with me. So Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.